Good morning, guys, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2018.
Excuse me.
Ellie and
Pick it
up. Ooh, hey, that's my camera. Ellie and I want to make 2018 our best year ever on YouTube, in our personal lives, and everywhere in between. But we need your help. We want to ask you about everything. We have questions for you. And so in the description down below, I have a survey that it would mean everything to us if you would take just a couple minutes of your time and fill out. There are questions about the children's book, questions about what we film on YouTube, questions about what you would like to see more of, less of, something that you've never seen before. We want you guys to take just a couple minutes of your time and fill that survey out so we know how we can make 2018 the best for you and for us, because when we work together, we make some amazing things happen. And I'm really excited for 2018 because it is going to be a great year in so many different ways. So like I said, if you wouldn't mind doing this for me and for Ellie and for the kids and for YouTube and all of that, check out the link in the description. It's a Google survey. You just type in the information, answer the questions, and then it's all set to go. Ellie and I look at all of that, and then we are gonna make decisions on how 2018 goes based on what you guys have told us. So thank you in advance. We appreciate this so very much. We are grateful for you guys every single day. From 2014 when we started this to 2018, we're still going strong. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And now to the pregnancy update.
So it has been a minute since I did a update with you guys. I try and talk in the vlog openly how I'm feeling day to day with pregnancy, but I do like to sit down and talk about everything that's been going on. The last time I updated you guys, I was 11 weeks and I did a cute little artsy way of updating you. And to be honest, my kids are not having it today and I didn't have it in me, so I'm gonna sit down and just talk with you guys. I am 14 weeks along right now, and the baby is the size of a peach. And I've been using the app, The Bump, and I downloaded a ton of apps for my last pregnancy, and I was kind of going through seeing which one was my favorite, and this was by far my favorite. And when I deleted it, it was honestly more emotional than I thought it would be deleting the app, because it was like I finally found an app that I really liked. And then I had to delete it because I miscarried. I didn't want to see any updates. So I am happy to have it back. Try not to get emotional. But I'm 14 weeks and it just talks about like the baby's sucking his thumb down, the baby is wiggling, the baby's kidneys are starting to do its job. It just talks all about how the baby's doing at 14 weeks. And this is Jackson's favorite part of the app. It shows how big the baby is. So I click on the baby and it's kind of like a 3D version that you can rotate the baby around. You can see his toes and see his eyes and just how the baby has been forming. And so it's been really fun, not just for me to have this app, but for me to just like lay down and Jackson to say, let's see what the baby looks like. And we go through and look at that. So that is the app, and that has like questions too, where it has what most people ask at 14 weeks. And so like a lot of those questions I have wondered, like how to get rid of headaches, how to do this, how to do that, and it answers questions. So that's why I have liked the app. But Jared and I's genetic test came back for the baby. We did genetic testing this time around because I did have 2 miscarriages, and I thought if I were to happen to have another miscarriage, I'd want to have as much information as possible to see if anything is going on with the baby. And the genetic testing all came back A-okay, everything looks great. The baby, we also found out the gender. We are having a boy, you guys know that. But we are so thrilled to have 3 boys in our house. I can't smack the smile off my face, but I also can't believe that Ellie is having 3 boys. It just makes me laugh. It's fun. My cravings this last week has completely leveled out. I'm happy to eat whatever. I still kind of don't like sugary foods. Like if I eat it, I feel like crap. So I have been sticking to more like rice and beans and salads, and I do like cereals, like bread. I like bread a lot. But the one craving that has stuck around is eggs, and not just any eggs, boiled eggs. I really like boiled eggs. Every morning I have boiled eggs, some avocado, salt and pepper on there, and it seriously is amazing. I'm not one to drink lots of water. I really like Gatorade, I like juices, but I have been drinking plain water with ice, and normally I like my water just nice and like almost lukewarm because I think it like hurts my teeth and stuff, but I like it as cold as it can be, and I drink a lot of water, which is awesome. The hardest thing from the beginning of the pregnancy until now is my headaches have been by far the worst I have ever had, and I almost was tempted to go get that piercing where it helps your migraines. It's like, I think it's called the Dayeth or something. I don't know what it's called. Starts with a D. Yeah, I was really tempted to do that. My brother-in-law is awesome, and he has worked on me and helped me get everything back in place. And he's done that 3 times, and then the last like 4 or 5 days I've had a headache straight. Christmas I was out for a few hours with like, I couldn't look at the light. It was so unbelievably bad. And so today I called in and I got to a chiropractor, and like right this second I feel really good, and I'm so grateful that she had an opening. But I went to the chiropractor and just worked me up, lots of cracks, lots of positionings, lots of putting my bones and muscles back in place, and I feel so much better. So that is something that I'm going to be doing once a week, is going to a chiropractor, and so I can just keep things aligned. It's the weirdest thing, like I would move my neck and you could hear it like cracking, but now that I move my neck, it's like you don't hear anything at all because everything's back in place. It was the craziest thing. I went to Twitter because you guys have lots of questions and I'm not always able to answer all of them. So I asked you guys what questions you had, and I said, but don't talk about baby names because I try and keep you guys updated already. The baby name we are thinking of is Mason. We haven't had any other baby names that have come to mind, but we also haven't thought of other baby names. But we're going on a road trip tomorrow, so we're gonna be picking a baby name for sure. I'm gonna try and go down the list pretty fast so I can answer as many of your guys' questions as possible. Is there anything you wish you would do differently when the baby is born that you didn't do with Jackson and Calvin? Not that I can think of right now, but something that I want to do differently with the pregnancy that I didn't do with Jackson and Calvin is I've never had maternity photos. And in my thinking is I always take 100 photos anyway. I don't need to go get maternity photos because I always take pictures of my belly anyway. But I think that is something that I want to do with this pregnancy, is do an actual maternity photo shoot. I don't regret not doing it with the others, but I think that I would like to at least have some photos of me professionally done being pregnant. How have you found this pregnancy compared to Jackson and Calvin's pregnancies? I would say I was definitely sicker in the beginning. Like with Jackson and Calvin, I didn't have multiple days of me just like laying in bed being like, I'm done for the day. So I would definitely say this pregnancy has already been just a little harder, but it hasn't wiped me out completely where it's like I'm not even functionable. I mean, there are some people that have really hard pregnancies, and I'm really grateful that mine haven't been. I would say the headaches have been the absolute worst though. How do you think Calvin will adjust to being a big brother? I think that Calvin is very loving, and I think that he is going to adjust well with a baby brother. I won't be surprised if at first it takes him a minute to warm up to a baby though. I think that's not going to surprise me. I feel like overall he's going to be a very loving brother though. Animal of choice for baby. That is so funny. I don't have one yet. I think when we have the name for the baby, the animal might come sooner. I've never really planned this, but Jackson, it was like the animal for him was giraffes. And with this baby, I don't know what his little animal will be that mom decides for him, but I need to think of one. I need to feel it out. Does this pregnancy feel different to how you've carried Jackson and Calvin? If so, what's different? It's crazy how fast you feel things that I used to feel when I was like 20 weeks, 28 weeks, like further along. Like my back, I can feel that my back is hurting. I can feel that my hips have been hurting. For a few days straight, I was a little worried because my stomach was cramping so much, and I kept thinking, I just want to play it low. I just want to like get off my feet because I was honestly worried because I was just so crampy. But I feel really good now, and I just had a lot of ligament pain. A lot of my stomach grew a lot between like 12 and 14 weeks, and I feel like I just was going through a growth spurt, and I could just feel all of those pains. So I definitely have felt a lot more early on. I definitely have a harder time with acne right now. Like I've had a hard time getting rid of it. I feel like I look okay. I'm ready for the day. I've got some makeup on, but I do have a lot of redness, hormonal redness going on. When are you going to move Calvin's room to downstairs and set up the nursery? probably in the spring. We'll probably get through January, February, and then that'll give us like a boost for the spring to set up rooms. So that's going to be really fun. Do you have any smell aversions? No, the hardest time with the smells was when I was very first pregnant and I was in China. That was the hardest because there's just lots of smoke, lots of different smells like animal meat. When I went into the restaurants, it just was really different from home. So it was probably my hardest time with smell aversions. What are things you take in considering when choosing a baby name? I like to name all of the kids and then end with the baby name I'm considering, just so I feel like it flows well. I really like how my family flows, like all the names. I like how Jackson and Calvin flow. So I definitely like the flow of the names. I definitely don't think it has to start with a certain letter or end with a certain letter, just as long as it sounds nice with the other names. How are you feeling with the age gap between the boys? You wish Jackson and Calvin were older. Do you feel like it's going to be a good experience for both to have a little brother because the differences will be a little more evident? We definitely planned on the age gap it is now. I mean, we wanted a baby a little sooner. That's why we tried a lot sooner. But I think the gap is perfect. Jared and I always had talked about hoping to have a baby when Calvin was around 3, and that will be the case. And so I'm really happy with the age gap. I love that Jackson and Calvin are so close in age, and this baby will have a 3-year gap, which is between me and my sister Julie. We're 3 years apart, so I think that will be good. I don't know any different, so I don't really know, but I like it. Back to animals for the kids. Someone's like, Jackson was a giraffe and Calvin had a turtle. Calvin totally, it was like a turtle theme, but when he was a baby, I had planned on it being elephants, but it kind of turned into turtles, so I do want to throw that out there. That's funny. Is there a reason you guys liked Mason, or was it a random name? Mason was a completely random name. That's why I'm not saying it's his name yet, because I feel like Jared and I should go through some family names and some history names and just see if any of those settle just as well as Mason. But I really like Mason too. So we still want to go through some more, but obviously that's still top on my list. Are you going to be doing a birth vlog? We are. Those are some of my favorite memories, is being in the hospital and capturing some of those moments. So we did a birth vlog with the other 2, and we definitely do plan on doing a birth vlog with this baby. The one thing that will be different though is it won't be posted the next day. That was really hard for me, having both of the babies being in the hospital, and Jared was there, but he wasn't really there because he was on his computer until really late at night editing, and that was really hard on me. So I think that we'll definitely have a day to be with our family and to rest and get our first good night's rest, and then for sure the birth vlog will be up. Have you noticed any personality changes other than being hangry, of course? To be honest, absolutely, and it does make me a little sad. I have been so irritable. I've been a little cranky. I've been a little short. I've really tried not to, but I feel like sometimes it's like you just can't even flip and handle it. You just are and I really try and breathe and calm down and express my feelings and express I'm gonna lose it. I need everyone to help me, or I need this. And but yes, I think part of it is because of my head has been hurting, and when you don't feel well, you guys know, when you don't feel well, it's just everything, you're just upset, you just don't feel well. And so definitely, I would say other than being hangry, I have probably not been the most pleasant to be around all the time. Do you agree with that, Jared?
Yeah.
What do you think? Be honest.
If I'm being honest, I can definitely see why things are frustrating to you, but that's just a part of the thing that we have to go through. I love you no matter what.
Well, you're sweet.
And I want to do everything I can to make sure you're taken care of.
Well, you're sweet. Thanks.
I love you.
This was an awesome question. What is one thing that you used with the last 2 pregnancies that you are using again? Lush! Lush, I've been using you for years and I love you. This is a massage bar. And if you look on their website, you'll see it. I never know the name of it, but you will see it. And if you go in, they are so good to know what you're talking about. This is for pregnancy, and you use it on your belly, you rub it, and it doesn't leave it oily or greasy. And this lasts me the full 9 months. I used one full one with Jackson, one full one with Calvin, this one with this baby, and just like every day, every other day, I'll just like rub it on my belly like 2 or 3 times, and then I'll rub it into my belly, and I'll rub it really low down like on my hips too. And it just is really good to moisturize your stomach. I've never had any stretch marks. I don't want to say like this didn't make me get stretch marks. I think you get them or you don't, but it has been really good in moisturizing my skin, and especially like when you're more like 5 to 8 months pregnant and you're really hurting and you're really sore, sometimes like itchy, like when you rub it on your belly, it's just really cooling, and it just feels good to be able to like rub it into your belly, and it kind of helps massage and like lift up your belly. So I really liked using that with the pregnancies. Do you think it'll be a big adjustment for Calvin to take on a big brother role for the first time? How do you think he'll cope with having a new baby in the house? Jax is probably thinking, psh, this is a piece of cake. I know I kind of already answered this, but Calvin lately, I've been putting a little bit more expectations on Calvin, and I've been asking more of Calvin, I guess you could say. Even as simple as like, Calvin, come throw this away. Calvin, help me put this away. Like, because Jackson is always willing to be helpful. If I ask him to do something, he's fairly good to listen and do it. And I've been trying to put that expectation on Calvin as well. Even just little things like after he's done eating his cereal bowl, it's like, come bring that over here. And I mean, even though those have nothing to do with like a brother, I think it has to do with like listening and behaving. And I feel like when the baby comes, he's gonna be excited when I say, can you help me find a binky, or can you get the baby a blanket? I think that kids love to please, and they love to help, and
maybe the baby will have the green blanket.
Oh, maybe the baby will have the green blanket. Overall, I do think that Calvin is going to be I think he'll be really good. Have you been feeling any movement? I tweeted like 2 weeks ago that I was like, I think I just felt the baby move. And I probably have felt the baby move 4 times. And I know, like, it has to have been the baby. Like, it is the best feeling, and it's been so subtle. That's why I've kind of been a little quiet about it. But like the nights where if I'm just sitting and it's completely quiet and I'm completely just sitting, I will feel a little flutter. And there's been 2 times that I've been, and I've looked at Jared, I'm like, that was the baby. So I definitely have felt some movement, but not tons and tons. So I want to start feeling it more to get even more excited, but I know that I have felt the baby a few times. With a new baby coming and Calvin coming into your room during the night, have you put much thought into putting Jackson and Calvin together? I know I've seen a lot of people comment to do it. I have put so much thought into that, and that is something that Jared and I have to decide. I've gone back and forth. I think it's a great idea if they're together. I can think of a bajillion reasons why they should have their separate room. I've asked Jackson, do you want to share a room with Calvin? Do you want him to sleep in your room, or do you want to have your own rooms?
I have my own room.
Your own room. Jackson says he wants his own room. Calvin says my bed. My answer right now is they're probably going to have their own room. And if they would like to sleep in the same room and have sleepovers on mattresses or on their sleeping bags, absolutely. But I think that they're probably all going to have their own room.
Well, that was quite the pregnancy update, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I hope I answered a lot of you guys' questions. I like sitting down and answering them.
Mm-hmm. I like sitting down because that's like a good opportunity for me to hear everything in detail. Because when we talk,
cranky.
No, I mean that's part of it. But when we talk, it's not as in depth as you were to be uninterrupted. Well, for the most part. So the kids were kind of going crazy. You know what I mean? So it's fun for me to listen to as well. Tomorrow we are going on a little road trip for New Year's. We're going to go see our friends Carl and Ginger. And I told Jared, I'm like, in the car, that is like the perfect opportunity. Like, we're going to sit and just like talk about names. We'll bring that book. Where is it? We'll bring a book. We have like some family names that we'll look at.
have your mom send a few family names and think about. We're excited.
Yeah, we really are excited. It's the beginning of a brand new year for us, and we're really excited about it. Not just with the baby, but life in general.
I know.
I really want to encourage you guys again to check out the survey that we have in the description down below. It's going to help us out a lot to know exactly what 2018 is going to look like, especially your feedback is very much appreciated. So check that out.
I think just like life in general this year, like I've told Jared, with our job, like with YouTube, like a lot of times we do like get up and go, and you know, last year we got a lot of cool opportunities. We got to go to do the Care Bear event, we got to go to Vegas, like stuff like that is so fun to do, and we will hopefully continue to have some opportunities like that to do. But I am excited for a new year. 6 months. 6 months we'll be welcoming a new baby.
Isn't that going to be crazy?
Calvin,
you're going to have a brother in 6 months.
People want to know how you're going to react to not being a baby of your family.
Are you a baby?
No.
Yep. Are you a big boy?
No.
Wow.
Are you a big boy?
Are you a big boy?
Calvin.
Yeah,
Calvin,
Jackson.
look at Mom. Are you excited for baby? Are you going to be nice to the baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are?
So as we end our vlog today, we are excited for 2018. It's going to bring a lot of new adventures. We're very excited to go on those adventures, but we want your help in helping us
Decide
figure some of
what.
those things out. Yeah, exactly. So check out the link in the description for that survey. And from us to you, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Happy New Year!
Happy New